Hello, and welcome to the Best of USA Marketing Airsoft Etiquette video.
Today, we are going to explain to you the game of Airsoft, from its origins and how the sport itself is played.
And how it shouldn't be played.
Right. So come with us as we take you on a tour of the game of Airsoft.
Airsoft is a hobby that originated in the U.S. about 30 years ago in a very rudimentary form and lasted only for a short while. However, the concept took hold in Japan, where in the past 20 years, they developed the hobby to its current level of sophistication and realism.
It consists of replica guns that expel plastic round BB projectiles at relatively low velocities. The guns are powered by compressed gas or rechargeable batteries.
The main difference between paintball and airsoft is that airsoft electric guns project a biodegradable pellet, instead of leaving behind any grease or colorful mass on its target to indicate that it was hit. Training-grade airsoft guns are also different than most paintball guns because of their close appearance and weight to their real steel counterparts.
The guns are one-to-one replicas in size and have functional controls similar to their real firearm counterparts. A vast majority of existing tactical accessories and gear for real firearms will work in conjunction with these replicas.
That is why airsoft has been widely adopted by law enforcement agencies and the military for close-quarter combat training. Due to their realistic appearance
And the fact that they expel projectiles,
airsoft weapons should not be sold to anyone under the age of 18.
due to the accurate appearance of airsoft electric guns, or AEGs, every owner of AEG must treat their AEG as if it were a real-world firearm. Here are some basic safety procedures to follow as an owner of an AEG.
Treat every AEG or firearm as if it were loaded.
Never allow the muzzle to point at anything you are not willing to see destroyed.
Be sure of your target and know what lies behind it.
Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are aligned with the target.
Be sure that your guns are never accessible to unauthorized or untrained individuals.
Never leave your AEG in the open where an untrained bystander could mistake it for a real firearm. Always carry your AEG in a gun bag or case when transporting, and never leave your AEG in plain view or inside the passenger cabin of a vehicle.
Never operate an AEG without eye protection, and proper eye protection is critical. Always wear a pair of fully sealed ballistic goggles when operating an AEG. Never wear shop glasses, sunglasses, shooting glasses, or non-ballistic goggles, or anything with a gap that would allow a BB to penetrate behind the ear when operating an AEG.
To prevent facial injury and to protect your teeth, we strongly recommend the full face mask with ballistic goggles. For those of you who are not comfortable wearing a full face mask, we strongly advise that you wear a mouthpiece to protect your teeth. When wearing a full face mask, do not remove the mask to drink inside the combat zone. Wait until index or until you're in the safe zone.
Goggles may fog up. Don't remove your goggles during a skirmish until you're safely outside of the combat zone or when combat duration is index.
Whenever you're in the safe zone and at the index of a combat period, always make sure that your AEG safety is on and your magazine is out to prevent any misfiring and causing potential injuries.
In short, never remove your eye protection until you're in the safety zone.
When everyone's magazines are out and gun safeties are on.
Developing good habits like this will keep the game of airsoft safe and fun for everybody. Now that you have the basic safety tips down, it's important to know that AEG should be operated only in a designated, secured environment, free of bystanders, observers, or any untrained passerby who could mistake your airsoft AEG for a real firearm. Never exhibit or discharge the AEG in public places such as parking lots, schools, streets, sports fields, stores, or any place that it could be misconstrued as a real firearm.
That may result in bodily harm or arrest of the AEG holder by law enforcement officers. Trespassing on private land with AEG and operating an AEG on national park land are prohibited.
Ultimately, playing the sport of airsoft with an AEG is emulating combat. As a result, One's conduct must be evaluated accordingly.
Since airsoft pellets don't leave a mark on the target like paintball guns, all participants must uphold the code of honor and call his or her own hits.
In a game where participants are emulating soldiers or law enforcement officials, you must understand that taking a hit is part of the fun.
While not calling hit or cheating degrades the quality of the gameplay experience. In the real world, when you are hit by a real bullet, you don't have the luxury of respawn.
In the real world, you die.
So, enjoy the gameplay experience and
Call your hits.
When hit, call out hit immediately and pull out your red kill rag. If your weapon is hit, you are hit.
Hey, what's going on up there? Are there any bad guys? Come on, help me out.
Dead men don't talk, nor sign, nor pass intel via radio. Bang, bang!
Yeah.
There will be times when you're in a closed environment, let it be outdoors or indoors, when your enemy has your face in his sights. Normally he could pull the trigger and take you out. However, maybe he's only 5 to 10 feet away from you. So rather than pulling the trigger and causing you bodily harm, your enemy has the courtesy of yelling bang bang, at which time you must observe this courtesy. Believe me, bang bang are mere words, but a BB coming at you at 360 feet per second within 5 feet will bleed you.
Always take and give the bang bang courtesy.
When two combatants come face to face simultaneously, they should both observe the parlay rule.
Parlay recognizes both combatants' skill and allows both to back away to fight another battle.
Do not argue about who shot whom first. Just yell parlay and walk away. Parlay.
Parlay.
Do not blind fire around corners. It is dangerous.
It does not belong in the sport of airsoft. Once again, unlike paintball, there's no grease or mask to help you identify your hits.
If you even for a split second thought you were hit, you probably were.
Again, take the luxury that airsoft simulations afford you
And call your hits. Call your hits!
Take the luxury of being reborn and go to region.
Gun down, you're down.
Afford your opponent the bang bang courtesy.
Blind firing. Blind firing is unacceptable. Anytime, anywhere.
Always wear a pair of fully sealed ballistic goggles when operating an AEG. Take care of your airsoft weapon. Clean it and grease it when necessary.
Use the right kind of BBs and the right kind of battery.
Use bio BBs to keep the environment clean.
Check with your local airsoft retailer for tips on how to keep your weapon in perfect working order.
Those of you who've played in the Lion Claw series of airsoft events or seen any of the DVDs might know me as the evil Warlord Miller. But in actuality, my name's Ken Miller and I'm a nice guy. I'm a former LRP Ranger veteran of the Vietnam War and an avid airsoft player. And I'm here to talk to you about good sense. Do you see this weapon, this AK? This is about one of the cheapest airsoft weapons you can buy. It's a Springer. It's not a fancy AEG. But this weapon is incredibly deadly. It can get you killed. All good airsoft guns look like the real thing. This 45 M1911 looks like the real thing. It handles like the real thing. Notice my finger is not on the trigger because I'm not aiming to shoot anybody. It handles the same, it looks the same, and it is very easy to confuse for the real weapons. You do not want to carry this anywhere in public, out in the open. You must have it in a bag, and do not take them out until you're ready either to have it serviced or to prepare it for play at a proper site. This is very important. This thing right here could cost you your life. And even if it doesn't cost you your life, carrying these things around, flashing them in public, misusing them, can shorten the life of our sport, and it can kill our sport. And whatever you do, don't be a complete fool and take it to school. If you take this to school, you're going to deserve all the trouble you're going to be in, and you will be in trouble that will follow you for the rest of your life, or conceivably could shorten your life. Airsoft is a wonderful sport, but it also is very vulnerable, and it's vulnerable primarily because of the misuse of these. These look absolutely real, and you don't want to take the risk with your own life. You don't want to destroy the sport that we all love. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Officer John Balian with the Glendale Police Department. I want to tell you the importance of gun safety and being able to use airsoft weapons in a safe manner. Do not display it to the public. Do not take it to school. When you're driving a vehicle or a passenger in a vehicle, do not brandish it to other individuals in a public street where the other individuals might think that it's a real gun. Always keep in mind that when you're using a soft pellet gun, have it in a secluded area or out of the view of the general public, and always safety first. Wear goggles, and always keep in the back of your mind that when that officer approaches you, he thinks that you have a real gun.